Welcome to Let's Fly VFR and DCS, and today we're doing the F-16 Viper versus the Typhoon. This was one of the best fights I think I've had so far with the AI. It does some really interesting things. So firstly, let's get through the merge. Now it's chosen to go two circle. I'm a little surprised. I expected a one circle with it, but it did win the turn. It got back around and forced me to take a bit of a dive here and get out of it, and it rolled around and got on top of me, which is really surprising. The first time I've seen this happen with any of the AI, to be honest. None of them seemed to be able to do it, so I hightailed it, to be honest, just to run away, because he had me pretty much nailed there. So run around, put him into a two circle on the ground, and of course the F-16 is, even against the Typhoon, is going to win that. It was interesting to see what happened after we were there for a little while. Just a few turns and it decided, no, I'm not going to win this, so it chose to escape, which is something, again, I haven't seen any of the other aircraft do. Quite interesting. And then what it did is took me up to, 25,000 feet or so. It just decided to climb upwards and then try and take me to circle at altitude. Here we go, we're going to follow it up in a moment. And it's already climbing. So I go, what the hell is going on here? You know, it just took me by surprise, really. And because it just didn't continue the turn as all the others would do, or just start doing reversals. It started to climb. So I had plenty of speed, fortunately. So I just folded it up in the Viper. And we all know the Viper's got just immense amounts of power, so getting away from me wasn't going to be a big thing. Now I would suspect that the real world Typhoon might have done better in this and actually got a bit further away from me, because they're damn powerful. I don't know whether the Viper actually would do it in real life, but here in DCS 2.8 it certainly did. So I got up there with it and it's decided to ditch out and then head back down again. So it's reacting to me really well. It's chosen now. It's taken it a bit of a dive. Now it's headed into a turn. So it's trying to see whether it can two circle me up at altitude. Maybe it thinks it's got the advantage. So I waited a little bit, made sure, because I was a bit slow on speed, stayed inside its turn circle for a little while. 240, 250 knots is not enough, so with it chasing me around, and I really needed some speed back, otherwise I wasn't going to win it. So I decided to take the initiative and then nose down, get a bit of speed up, get myself back into around about 300 knots. And those clouds look amazing. They look beautiful. And look, he came right in behind me. Look how close he is. He got a few rounds off at me there. I was fortunate enough not to take a couple. And so I again ditched back out of it again, because I figured my best place is to get him onto the ground and to circle him right above the beautiful terrain here in Normandy. So headed down, you can see he's still on the 6. Hell of a lot of speed up. So we're going to pull some G's, and we're at 9.3 there, 9.4 G's. At 600 odd knots, so just let it bleed, just manage the G's a bit, manage the speed, and then we're going to come back and hit him head on. We're going to meet him on the way down and see if we can't scare him. My shooting in the F-16 is just atrocious. It's taken me a while to get used to the F-16's gun sight, the Aegis as it is, but I ended up around after just a few seconds. I'm not taking you through 100% of everything, because there's a few bits of flying around just to get position. But I ended up behind him, but then watch what he does. He's put the brakes out, hoping me to fly right by. Now I did get a couple of rounds on him, and he'd done a little bit of manoeuvring, a little bit of backwards and forwards in front of me there, where he's gone left and right, just weaving essentially in front of me. I've run out of rounds already. I've got a couple of rounds there, but just frustration, I fired the missile at him. And look, he's right behind me again. This has not happened with any of the other guys. That's why I was so keen when I did the shorts to try and make this long version for you guys. So there's a whole lot of stuff here that he's done. which just shows how much the AI is able to plan and try and change the fight, take the fight to you, and also another frustration missile which was terribly launched. And at this point, I'm out of luck, I'm out of ideas, I'm out of ammunition, so the only thing is to run away and fight another day. So I'm going to call that a draw, guys. Even though I got a couple of rounds on it, he got a few rounds at me, didn't hit me, but it was a great fight. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you appreciate how good the AI is now in DCS, and I'll catch you here again soon. See ya.